Welcome back to the channel, everyone. In this video today, this is day 5 of the push to top 100, and I'm continuing with Root Riders. I'm finding a lot of success with this army right now, both in Legends and in CWL, and I'm just going to try and explain my thought processes for everyone, and hopefully you guys learn a lot from this video. Last night, I reset around rank 30, and I've already taken all of my defense today, so pretty good on the day. We should be able to go positive. Before we actually get into my Legends hits, I just want to ask you guys, please let me know in the comments actually. So I'm playing in Champs 1 CWL in the main Spartans clan, and I'm curious if you guys would want to see different types of content. So right now, most of my content has been around Legends League, but if you guys are interested in seeing maybe CWL content as well, I could, show my attacks and then show some of the best attacks in our clan as well. Um, yeah, so let me know if you guys are interested in that, and let's get into the attacks. All right, first base here. This base is actually pretty tough. The fire spitter compartment is kind of weird because it's offset this way. So a lot of times people try and enter in from the backside, like through this monolith with their root riders. But I think that that's pretty tough, and you might run into some issues because of the dead space and storages here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from this corner, entering in from the left side as usual, because the left side is usually less trapped, as most people are right-handed, so they usually enter from the right side of the base. Gonna clear out kind of a funnel on this side to make the pathing for the root riders more clear. And probably after this bomb tower goes down, I'm just gonna recall my RC. A lot of times, people use too many invises off the bat when they don't have to, because it's actually very valuable to have any additional invises on the back end to support your root riders, your RC, or anything like that. So I'm gonna use my king ability early here just to open up the walls, because my wall breaker actually didn't connect there. And then as my root riders enter into this rage compartment over here, I'm gonna use my warden ability probably right around now. It's looking pretty good, and I'm gonna overgrowth this stuff on the back end as soon as the Eternal Tome wears off. I'm using my overgrowth on the spell tower so that it doesn't regenerate. And then I'm also popping my RC ability in the core there. Gonna start with my super barbs on this side to clean up. Because this side, there's still some defenses there, so I want my troops to path in towards that direction. Yeah, this is looking really good so far. I still have my queen ability. Gonna use the headhunter here to support my or to kill the enemy RC, and I still have 2 invises and 1 free spell to use on the back end if necessary. Gonna use the freeze here to keep my RC alive, continuing to freeze everything up, and I'm gonna freeze the monolith on, or sorry, I used the invis spell to keep everything invised, and then using the free spell on my RC to keep her alive. And very nice. Triple to start off the day. Next attack. This is a variation of a empty core base. I've actually never seen this one before. But generally speaking, on these bases, you want to enter into the town hall, as both the fire spitters are facing the other direction. What I'll do is I'm going to RC this side right here. Left side again. Even though the Giga Bomb's on the other side, so likely there's more traps on this side, and the tornado trap is probably on this side as well. Yeah, it looks like I'm running into a bit of a bait here, but it should be fine since we have 5 invis spells and the rocket spear with the extra DPS. Really good value here, taking out the queen, the poison tower, and then also the tornado trap, because luckily my RC is still able to hit the stuff as the even when the tornado trap is activated. And then I'm gonna pick her up right there, funnel with the baby dragon here, and gonna create kind of a wide funnel on this side because I don't want my root riders to get stuck on or enter through into the or start walking towards the right side. So I want my king and queen to start funneling on that side and kind of take out those defenses. Um, hopefully I'm going to use my king ability as well, actually, to get rid of the poison tower early and also push all of my root riders into the correct direction here. All right, pretty looking good so far. I'm going to use my warden ability to protect the healers here. Wow, actually a lot of my healers died already. Looks like I really fell into a bait here. That's alright. I'm gonna overgrowth this side to keep all of my troops together. And then I'm gonna use my rocket spear in the core of the base to keep my RC alive and support as well. And then since the ice golem is here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send in my super barbs to take out that big cannon. Alright, still have a lot of roots alive, still have my RC. What I'm gonna do is I'll freeze this cannon and multi on the back end if my RC is getting targeted. Actually, she's not getting targeted, so I'm not going to use that yet. I'll use it on the scatter and archer tower on the back end. Alright, using the free spell there, and then using the headhunter to start with the cleanup, and this is looking like another triple. Actually, I'm going to take a look at this base sometime later, because the trapping was done very well on this. I lost a lot of my healers off of the bat, and that could have costed me the attack, but luckily I used my warden ability early enough there. Next attack here. This is actually the same base that I just hit. So I'm going to use the exact same approach here. No need to fix what isn't broken. And so I'm going to start with funneling this side once again. Once the funnel is established on this side, then I will start my root riders into the bottom left side and push them towards the town hall using my king and queen. And since my RC has already gotten the value that I need from her, I'm gonna start and make some improvements from my last attack. So first thing is I'm gonna use the ice golem first, so my queen doesn't go to ability as quickly. And then I also use the wall breaker correctly, so my king can just reach into the base now. Using my king ability right there to destroy some of that stuff, and pushing everything in, using the queen as the funnel on that side. Looking really good so far. The rage tower went off early, and I'm going to use my warden ability here because my queen is actually in the warden aura there. And on this attack, since the poison tower hasn't activated yet, I'm going to use that, what's it called? I'm going to use the overgrowth on that area as well. Gonna rage up these root riders on this side and then support my queen on that side with the super barbs. Nice. The Sneezy just picked up all of the air mines for this attack, so that's quite good. And the poison tower got triggered very early by Valkyries, so it's looking pretty good right now. Gonna use the Invis to keep my RC alive and then start some of the cleanup up there. And I'm probably gonna freeze the monolith on the back end when my troops reach that area, just to keep, probably my RC will get there first. I want to tank for her there so she doesn't take any damage, and I'm just gonna freeze it right now. Nice, another triple here. Next attack, I actually hit this guy a few days ago. Unfortunately, I don't really remember how I approached it, but I'm pretty sure what I did was I started my RC on this bottom side. There are a few Teslas on the left side here, but oh, yeah, right there. But I think it should be fine. It's not too difficult of a funnel to create here. And as you guys can see, this is a really important skill to have in Legends, which is to really remember every base that you hit. That way, if you've tripled a base before, then it's really easy to replicate the attack, and that way you can make sure that you're staying consistent in Legends. Oh, let's see, a little bit unfortunate. I think last time what my RC did was pick up the poison tower, but that's all right. Going to use the recall now, and then starting my king and queen on this side, pushing my king into the base here and opening up that compartment. Then I'll start my roots on this side, and then just like last time, I'll use my rocket spear to kind of push to snipe the town hall from the outside. So here, gonna use the warden ability a little bit early because there's a lot of damage here, and then I'm gonna open up all of those walls with my king ability here. Very nice. Overgrowth this side to push all of my troops into the same area, and I actually don't even need to use the rocket spear to push or to go into the town hall, just because all of my troops are pathing that way already. Gonna use the super barbs on this side to just clean up some of those defenses and share the damage on the backside. This is looking really good so far. I still have my queen ability, probably going to use that soon, and then going to use the Invis to protect my RC here when she's in a big damage area. Nice, enemy queen taken out. And hopefully these root riders will open up this back compartment here, so when I use my queen ability with the giant, it'll just be able to reach in and take everything there. And nice, all the healers are still alive as well, which means that I think this is looking like another triple here. This is actually quite a tough base. These double poison ring style bases are always really hard for root riders. I mentioned this in one of my dragon videos before, but these styles of bases are really easy for dragons and really hard for root riders. And that's kind of a trade-off that you have to make in Legends. When you're building bases or choosing designs, it's pretty important just to pick one attack to defend. So I guess the inverse of that would be Invis bases. Specifically, double Invis or the Rage Invis bases are quite tough for dragons if you make a mistake, but it's really, really easy for root riders as long as you take the correct approach. Speaking of Invis Rage bases, I think this is a tweak of the really, really popular base, the Invis base. It looks a little bit stronger than that one actually because there's less stuff in the core. But I'm going to take the same approach here. Just going to start my RC on this side. Top side, likely to be less baited. Using the Invis here. And usually the bottom and right side are really, really baited. I know on this base that's where the traps are, so staying patient with my invises here. Hopefully I can take out this entire compartment. And once this compartment is taken care of, then I'll use the log launcher trick to activate the Invis tower. Okay, once this goes down, I'm just going to pick my RC up. Not worth the risk. I'm going to use a super barb there because there's an air defense on the entry point. And then I'll use the baby drag here to funnel instead. And using a ice golem, then we'll switch to the log launcher. Start with my roots here. And yeah, pushing everything into the middle. My queen is getting targeted by this cannon, so I'm going to use her ability a little bit early. There we go. The Invis tower goes off, and even though my king is high health here, I'm just going to use the ability so it pushes all of my root riders into the core. Since everything's in my warden, I'm going to use the warden ability, and then going to overgrowth this back end fire spitter here. Very nice. Since my RC is here, gonna use the, what is that called? The rocket spear when she's in the rage. And then on the backside, when stuff starts to go down, I'm just gonna use the super barbs to support on this bottom, like flat side right here. And yeah, it's looking like another triple. Very nice. This base is always really, really easy for root riders, but it's quite difficult for dragons, like I just mentioned. So we'll swag this last invis. Easy triple for us. Let's go. Next base here. I've seen this base before. Never hit it actually. But what I'm thinking here is I don't want to enter into double fire spitters and poison towers. So I'm going to charge probably one of the flat sides. Likely this bottom side is baited. So I'm going to charge this top side right here. I'm placing my RC in the middle of the wizard tower and the archer tower. So when both of those go down, hopefully she'll path into the middle right here. That's perfect right there. And then once the archer tower goes down, she'll go for the fire spitter or poison tower. Very nice. There's actually a bunch of traps here, but since I have 5 invises, I should be able to just take out this entire side and funnel everything here. Maybe she can even take this inferno tower here. I might be a little bit too greedy for this one. I think because she's still being clipped by the poison, she's not going to be able to take that out. So what I'm doing is starting a really wide funnel here because there's not a lot of damage on this side. And then I'll start with my root riders. And what I'm doing here is I'm just going to try and push my king and queen into this empty compartment right there. Going to use my king ability here. Maybe it can pick up the poison tower early. Very nice. That's perfect for us. And I'm going to use my RC as well here. When I use my rage spells, the most important thing is to target the healers first, because your healers are ultimately what keep this attack alive and not necessarily your root riders. As you can see here, where I'm going to use my overgrowth is kind of the area where my root riders might go, but I don't want them to go. Because my queen's down here, I want the root riders to support my queen and enter in the same side as my queen. So that's why I'm doing that. Going to use the rocket spear and then freeze the the monolith on the back end. And I'm using the super barbs to kind of clean up that backside as well. I mean, the attack's not over, but this is looking pretty good so far. Honestly, looking crushed. I mean, I still have a lot of root riders, healers alive, still my queen ability, RC still alive. Actually, she's gonna die right now, but... And all of the rest of the buildings on this base are reachable from the outside, which means that my queen with her giant should be able to take everything here. Very, very nice. I don't know who's the pesky spectator that we have today, but I always have 1 or 2 spectators. I don't know. I guess they're just my fans. Second to last attack here. I mean, this is just that base again. It's gonna start my RC on this side. I mean, once you know how to triple these bases, it's really important just to, like, you know, really remember the exact approach that you took. That way it's replicatable next time. I accidentally messed up my RC timing because I was talking. So I'm going to use an extra one there so she doesn't take any extra damage. And it doesn't really matter just because we need to, this is like the only stuff we need to take out anyways. So, yeah. Going to use my king and queen here, funneling my king inside with this. Hopefully one of the super barbs goes inside and takes the spring trap. Oh, there's no spring trap. Okay, very nice. There's a tornado trap as usual. Yeah, that bottom side's just really, really trapped, but no need to worry because that's where you're sending your king and queen. And like usual, using my king ability super early here, getting those defenses out of the way so I can just push everything Oh, I'm stupid. I didn't use the log launcher. Completely forgot. That's all right. I think this base is still pretty easy. We should be able to just take this. Overgrowthing that right there. Gonna freeze this up here. And then use the rage spell right here. Invising that to keep all of my healers alive. And then I'll use my barbs on that side to push my stuff back into the core. Gonna invis that again just to keep all the stuff in the middle alive. Wow, okay, I actually failed on this base. Ah, that's embarrassing. I was just talking about how easy it was. That's really bad. Really, really, really bad. I guess that's what I get for being too overconfident. Okay, well, as you guys can see, I still make a lot of mistakes. That's why I haven't hit top 100 yet. But hopefully we'll fix those mistakes this season. I'll get better at my commentary, and we should be able to reach that goal. It's annoying. This is a really low percent 2-star as well, so I forgot my own strategy. All right, this base here. This is a pretty old base, actually. It's not too hard. I've hit this a few times before. Uh, the trick with this base is that the back end here on this side is really light on defenses, so there's not a lot of stuff there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna RC charge this corner right here, and I'm gonna push my root riders into the compartment with the clan castle, the double multis, and the ricochet cannon. And right now, just being patient with my invis is gonna push my RC into this compartment here. I chose that side because it's the top side, less likely to be baited, even though I'm pretty sure the traps are not even on that side, but it's still fine. Good to be safe. Okay, the trap's on this side, actually. That's good. Getting the tornado trap out of the way. Usually, I think it's actually by the clan castle compartment. Oh my god, my RC almost died right there. Really risky. Should have just picked her up early, but I got too greedy with the scatter shot there. That's right. Good to be safe. And again, like the last attack, I'm still a little bit pissed about that. But it's okay. This season is really long, so it really doesn't matter what you do. We still have, like, right now, if I was at 5,000 trophies flat, then I would pretty much be in like the same position that we had at the very beginning of last season. Just because this season is so short that um even with the extra week, it's still just as long as a normal season. Gonna invis my RC here. Oh, I completely forgot my troop launcher as well. I guess I really don't know how to multitask. Overgrowthing this so my RC enters into the bottom side. And then I'm going to use some of the super barbs to support on the back end there. Freezing this here to keep my RC and stuff alive on that side. And I guess I'm going to be launching in all the support really late into the attack. But it should be fine. I think this is looking like a triple already. But yeah. Legends is all about consistency. Today was a bad day. But it happens. And I'll just make sure to learn from that in the future. Gotta make sure my attacks come first. I love you guys on YouTube, but I gotta get my placements. And yeah, this is absolutely crushed, but I wish I could take some of these troops into the last attack. It's all good. We learn from this. And you guys learn from me as well. So yeah, very nice. End of the day here. I mean, we still have a long time in Legend, so I'll probably push back to the top 100 sometime. But pretty unfortunate having that fail. It's all good. It's all good. I still got 3 defenses today. I'll be sharing my bases next season. So hopefully you guys will be able to push into the top 1,000. That's my goal, is to help everybody in this channel, or everybody following the channel, to push into the top 1,000. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. And please let me know in the comments if you want to see other types of content like CWL and stuff like that. Catch you guys next time.